thank you so much for tuning into my very first YouTube video. I am beyond ecstatic that I finally have a video posted. I decided for my very first video that I wanted to do a tutorial on how to obtain luminous, dewy, and glowy skin throughout the summer. I feel like the summer months are especially when you want to have glowy, luminous, dewy skin. The winter, obviously, you still keep that highlight on fleek. You don't let that highlight go. I mean, come on. But in the summer, you want it to be really on fleek. So I wanted to do a tutorial using all of my favorite brands. Everything that I use in my video will be listed down below in the bottom bar. Please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, your sister, your friend, your mom, anyone in your life who loves makeup. Tell them about me, please, because word of mouth is the best way to get your name out there, and I am just starting out on this, so I need to get my name out there. I am just beyond ecstatic, you guys, that I finally have this video up. I feel like I have been telling my family and my friends it's been a month now, you know, that I'm working on this and that a video will be up, and finally it is here, it is up, and I know that the quality is just going to get better from here on out. The echo in here is not very good. I mean, it's very bad, I'll say. I need to get a rug to put on the wood floor, and that should help with that. Otherwise, I am, you know, I'm really excited to have this up, and, you know, full steam ahead. I am just so blessed to be able to do this, do something that I love and something that I find just so fun, and really dedicate myself to it. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.
Well, hello there. I told you guys would see me in a second, and here I am. So to start off, we're going to prime our faces using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is a great primer to add radiance to the skin. It does leave like a little bit of a sheen to the skin. It's not shiny per se, but just that radiance that we want. So rub that all over and pat it in. Then we are going to go in with our foundation. I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD sticks in shade 125 and 128. I combine these two to get my perfect color, especially when I am spray tanning. So one stripe of each color on the forehead, the cheeks, the lip, and the chin. And then we're going to go in with the best foundation brush on the market, the Morphe M439. And we are going to spritz that with some MAC Fix Plus. This has water and glycerin in it, which will allow us to blend that foundation in to our skin seamlessly. So with just a regular brush, it would be hard to move that very thick foundation around, but this helps you get full coverage and a very blendable foundation. So I have fast forwarded this so that we can get through it in a timely manner, but make sure that you blend all over your face and into your neck so that there's not a harsh line, just in case the color doesn't match perfectly. And then we are going to conceal. For concealer, I used for the very first time the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer in the shade Light. I was surprisingly impressed with this concealer. I usually use the Urban Decay Naked concealer, and this applicator was just a little bit different, a little wonky in comparison, but the formula and the color and the blendability were amazing. So I will definitely be using that again. So using the applicator, we're going to do upside down triangles on under our eyes. We're going to do a little design on our forehead, bring it down the bridge of our nose into our Cupid's bow, and then onto the chin. Do a little dance. And then I realized my Real Technique sponge isn't wet, so we're going to go wet that, and I'm back, nice and wet. We're going to start pouncing that Beauty Blender, Real Technique sponge all over where we concealed. We're going to bring it from under the eye, over the eye, onto the lid. That will help add used as a base for the eyeshadow. We're going to go under the other eye. Take your time with this. It does take a little bit of time, but this is basically helping to highlight the features you want to stand out while also concealing since you're using a lighter color. So we're going to go down every place we concealed, taking our time, pouncing around, going back over the eyelids just to make sure there's no creasing. And then we need to get into our powder to make sure that there's no creasing. So I'm using the Marc Jacobs Mirage filter. This is the hashtag Instamark, and I'm going to go into the banana shade. We are going to take the Morphe E53 brush and get into that shade. And then we're going to set that concealer under the eye. I like to dab first the powder into the skin and then swipe, going under the eyes, over the eyelids, onto the forehead, the nose, the lip, and the chin. Everywhere where we put the concealer, we will put that powder. Then I realized I wanted something a little bit brighter, so I reached for my MAC Pro Emphasize powder. This is a great powder, and it helps to brighten up the areas that you want to brighten and naturally highlight. So again, we're going into the powder, and then we're going to set it under the eye, on the forehead, the nose, the lip, and the chin. Now we're getting into the Cheekathon palette. This palette is amazing. First, we're going to use the Hoola bronzer, which is my favorite bronzer of all time, and dipping the Morphe E59 brush, just the tip of the brush, into the Hoola. We are going to put that domed shape brush tip onto our cheek, and we are going to start contouring with this brush. This is the first time I have used this brush to do this, and I don't think I will ever use another brush. I love this brush. It is amazing. So again, we're going to take it from the upper part of the ear and down probably midway through the cheek. Do not take it too far down toward the mouth or it's going to look a little ridiculous. So just take it to like halfway through the cheek, and then I'm taking that same bronzer and I am going to create a shadow by bronzing up the forehead and the temples, and then I'm going to blend out that stripe on the face. So by going up and back, side to side, and in circular motions, we're going to blend that out. Again, when you're blending it out, don't bring it too far down toward the mouth. Try to blend it upwards and not downwards. And then I'm just going to take the excess and then create that shadow on the chin area. Don't add extra product for that. Now we're going to go into the Too Faced Sweethearts Bronzer Baked Luminous Glow in the shade Sweet Tea. This is beautiful. You can use the light shade, the dark shade, or both. I'm using both, and I'm taking the Sigma Powder Blush Brush in the F10. This is a very basic brush, but it has been a holy grail brush of mine forever. So I am going to sweep that bronzer over top of everywhere we contoured just to give a nice luminous glow, which is exactly what we're going for. And look at that hair that on my forehead that I dropped down. I did not fix that until like the end of the video, and it's driving me crazy. It'll probably drive you crazy now too. So now going back into that Cheekathon palette, we're going to take the shade Dandelion and coralISTA, and we're going to take the Morphe E34 brush, and we are going to dab into both of those colors. One is a coral shade and one is a true baby pink shade. And we are going to start from the bottom of the cheek and go upwards. You never want to bring the blush downwards. That's when you can start looking kind of like a clown. So definitely blend that upwards and blend it until, I like to blend it until it's just a very little bit of blush. Now we're going to go into our first highlighting shade. This is a wonderful highlighting shade. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. If you are new to highlighting, this is a wonderful highlighter that doesn't make it too pronounced. And I use the Sigma F35 tapered highlighting brush to get this. I put it on my cheeks, then put a little bit on my forehead, my nose, my lip, and my chin. Then, because that was not enough glow for this look, I decided to go in with the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Gilded Honey. This is a beautiful, beautiful gold shade. I think it probably suits darker toned skin a little bit better, but if you like a golden shade, honey, go for it. If you are light skinned and you want to have a gold highlight, there are no rules against that. So I'm just putting that on my cheeks, and then the excess on my brush, I'm just going to put on my nose and my lip and my chin, just add a little bit of extra highlight. And then I'm going to take a second in slow-mo to feel my highlight because it is shining from the moon, honey. It looks beautiful. I love a highlight. So moving on, we are going to get into the eyes. I'm using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. And this is going to be a base for our eyeshadows. Using your finger, you can just spread that over the lids. And then I'm going to go into the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. And I'm going to take that very light color on the end called Samael. I'm looking at it backwards. And I'm going to take the Morphe M521 brush, and I'm just going to put that light shade all over the Painterly paint pot so that the lids are not sticky. And then we are going to get into our fun colors. So first I'm going to start with the ColourPop shade in Weenie. This was a ColourPop and Kathleenlights collab. This is a gorgeous rose gold color, like a true rose gold. It's really hard to find a color like this, and I just love it. So using your finger, because that's the easiest way or best way to apply ColourPop shadows, take that shadow and get it all over your lid. I wouldn't go past the crease, just on the lid. And we are just going to pounce it with our finger and then kind of swipe it once we have the color on there. And then we're going to do the other eye the exact same way. Just, there's really no rhyme or reason. Just stay on the lid. We're going to clean it up a little bit later. And then we're going to take the Morphe M433 brush. This didn't work very well, but I was just trying to pat the color around to try to get it moved around on the lid, but we're going to use a different brush in just a second. So once I realized that wasn't the best brush to use, I got my MAC 242 and I put the color on the brush and I spritz it with some MAC Fix Plus. We're going to go in and just make that shadow shine way more than it was. It already has a beautiful metallic shine to it, but with the Fix Plus, it is just so glowy and beautiful. So now that that is on, we are going to take our second shade, which is the ColourPop shade in Kathleenlights. And this is a true gold. It almost lends itself to the orangier side of gold. And we're just going to take our finger, put that in the middle of the eye, and take that same 242 brush and flick that color in to blend it so that it is like a gradient transition from rose gold to gold back to rose gold. And then we're going to go into the color Ludwig. We're going to use that as our transition in our crease. I'm sorry, it's not Ludwig, it is laetus. I'm reading these names from the back and getting them confused. So this is laetus. We're using it. It almost looks like a darker version of Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek. It's a great transition color. So we're going in with the Sigma E35 and we are blending that into our crease using windshield wiper and hula hoop motions. Then we are going into this reddish brown shade called Lucius. These names remind me of the show The Originals. If you watch The Originals, you know what I'm talking about. So we're going to take our brush and in that outer V, we are going to add this darker shade to add some depth and dimension. So now I'm going in with ColourPop Glow. This is also a Kathleenlights collaboration. I used it to highlight my inner corner and the brow bone, but then I realized afterwards that I wasn't really a fan of the white cast it made, so I did go in with a different color afterward over top of Glow. So we take the color Nylon by MAC and do the exact same thing. I did the inner corner off camera, but I am doing my brows on camera. And that was a little bit better for this look. Now I am taking a flat definer brush by Sigma. It's the E15, and I'm just taking that color Weenie again, and I am putting it all over the lid. Or the lower lash line, not the lid. Now I decided I wanted to clean up my contour line, so I'm taking the RCMA No Color Powder and the MAC 163 brush, and I am just taking that powder and making a line where I want that, like, that contour line to be. So just take the brush and sweep it down like so. Let the powder sit there for just a second, and then I'm taking my Sigma F10 brush and cleaning that all up. Now I am taking my Ardency N Modster Smooth Rise Supercharged Eyeliner, and I am putting that all over my waterline. This is like the best, longest lasting Modster or black eyeliner I've ever used. It's called Modster by Ardency N. Now I'm going in with that same eyeliner and I am tightlining. Now I'm going in with my mascara. I am using the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. This is perfect for when you're using falsies because it extends your lower lashes, and you can just put a thin coat on your upper lashes for coating your lashes for falsies. And then I put my falsies on off camera. It was quite a daunting task to try to do them on camera, so I switched to off camera. But these are the House of Lashes New Art Fairy Black lashes, and I really do like these. They're a little bit more dramatic than what I use, but I really like them. Now for my lip combo, I am using Bite Beauty's lipstick and lip gloss. These products are amazing. They're called Bite literally because you can literally bite into them and taste them. They're made out of fruit and they smell so good you might want to take a bite out of them. They are amazing. So I'm using the color Meringue and then the color Honey in the gloss. And then I'm taking my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist to finish off this look. This is like the finishing touch to this look. It makes you glow so much. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it.